We are standing in the world's first undersea restaurant. Good morning, happy travelers. Welcome back to the Maldives, aka paradise. But unfortunately, today is our last full day here. I don't know how that happened. I'm really sad. We do have most of the day tomorrow because our flight's not until later, but still very sad. We're gonna go get some breakfast now at the amazing buffet, but later after that, we're gonna be visiting the underwater restaurant here at Conrad Maldives, which is something I never thought I would do in my entire life. Apparently it was the first underwater restaurant ever created. For now, let's go stuff ourselves at the breakfast buffet. So you can call a buggy to get a ride to the other island, or you can take the boat across at certain times of day. I haven't taken the boat yet, so that's what we're doing this morning.
Boat rides in the morning.
Not exactly the most fuel efficient vehicle. As I fall. I think it's a more traditional, like Maldivian form of transportation, so I guess we get a little bit of that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mass for the buffet. We've ate at this buffet breakfast every day that we've been here so far. There's a ton of different food. Definitely enough to stretch your breakfast into lunch and even further if you wanted.
And every time I come here, I keep learning about more things that there are. Today I learned that they make crepes fresh, so I think I'll get one of those later.
Yeah, there was a whole like juice bar that we didn't see the first couple days, so it's big. It's a good buffet.
Big, nice international buffet, and I get frosted flakes.
Round two went for a little bit of sushi, some seafood curry.
Breakfast of champions. All right, we're heading to the underwater restaurant, Ithaa.
Located 5 meters below the surface of the ocean, Ithaa is the world's first undersea restaurant. It was built in 2005 and offers a set lunch and dinner menu as well as a mid-morning cocktail hour.
All right, it's time to go in for our experience. Got a spiral staircase down. Everyone goes together. It's an experience. Hopefully before they've had too much champagne. This is quite a unique experience. Lunch is $260 a person and dinner is $340 a person. So it's definitely pricey. I imagine it costs a lot to run this restaurant down here. It seats 14 people. It's very exclusive. It's a pretty unique experience.
Pretty cool. I like how they've built up the reefs around here too. You can tell that they try to conserve it a lot. I didn't even know underwater restaurants were a thing. And apparently this is the first one. There's a few different options to come and visit this restaurant. We just went for the cocktail hour. For the cocktail hour, they let us explore for a little bit and take some photos while we enjoyed some champagne. And then they came and put down forks and napkins, so it looks like we're gonna be getting a little bit of food. The longer we've been here, the more fish seem to be coming and surrounding the restaurant. Really cool to just be down here.
Kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah, very mesmerizing with the sun coming through and all the fish, and it's pretty cool.
Is that why you're wearing your shades?
Yeah, it's actually really bright, so if you do come down, shades are not a bad idea.
Warm too.
Yeah, they do have air conditioning here, but it's still a little warm.
The prices are pretty much aligned with everything else at Conrad. When you have the chance to visit an undersea restaurant, I think you have to do it, even if it's just for cocktail hour.
Thank you.
They gave us a couple canapes to enjoy. We got a vegetable samosa, tomato and mozzarella, and some chicken and salsa with toast. It's very tasty.
Oh.
And let's start. All told, after the service charge and everything, that cocktail hour ended up being about $243. Was it worth it? It depends on your perspective. If you look at it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you're saving money by not having lunch or dinner there, sure, it was worth it. You got one glass of champagne and some canapes, and you got to spend an hour in an undersea restaurant, which was super cool. And I think definitely worth it for the Instagram photos. Definitely a pricey luxury experience, so it's not going to be for everyone, but we figured if you're here, when's the next time we're going to be in Conrad Maldives? So we don't know if we'll ever come back here again, so we went for it. It was very cool and something we're glad we experienced.
I was really happy that we went and did that underwater restaurant. Like Kelly said, it is a little steep, but it's the Maldives. Everything is a little more expensive. So even though the cocktail hour was pretty much just being in the restaurant the whole time and you didn't really get much food and drink, I still think it was really cool and worth the price.
We are unfortunately leaving the Maldives tomorrow, and because of our transit to the Seychelles, we have to get a PCR COVID test, which is just part of life these days, I guess, when you're traveling during COVID.
Don't think I'll ever get used to that. Ugh.
So that test was $150 a person. God, everything is so expensive here.
Yeah, there's no way to get around that though. That's just what you need. We actually don't even need it for the Seychelles, which is where we're going next. But to fly through Doha, you need it for Doha. So
yeah, and I brought rapid tests for us to have, but you need a PCR test. Luckily, we're finding that travel destinations are changing their COVID restrictions. In a lot of places, you don't need a test, or you can do a rapid test, which seemed to be cheaper, I guess.
but PCR is what we had to do for this one, so.
By the time you watch this, I'm sure it'll be different, so make sure you do your own research when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, it changes so quick now.
We're actually out for lunch for once. This is our first lunch that we've had at a restaurant. And we decided to stop at the Quiet Zone on the adult side. We're just gonna split something, which I think is gonna be plenty. And when you split stuff, it's not as expensive.
We had quite the feast at the underwater restaurant, but it just still feeling a little peckish.
That 1-inch vegetable samosa did me in.
The Quiet Zone is a great little spot. It's adults only. There's a really awesome pool that just sits out over the ocean. There's only maybe a dozen lawn chairs, so it's very intimate.
There's like 6 other people here. I don't know how many people are actually staying on the islands right now, but the resort has never felt crowded.
Yeah.
I think the most people we see is at the
Free happy hour. Yeah, then everyone shows up. And between the two islands, there's so much room that you can really find a lot of space to yourself.
Yeah.
We haven't really had an issue with overcrowding at all.
It's been nice. Salad is here. The food has to come from the main island, so we had to wait a little while. This was $28, so it was one of the cheaper things on the menu, and if we split it, it's a cheaper way to eat lunch.
Made our way back to the villa. The weather in the Maldives is incredible, but there's something to be said about coming back to a nice air-conditioned room. It's pretty nice. I think we're gonna chill here for a little bit. There's a crab on our deck?
Little one.
Little crabs everywhere. Maybe shoot a couple more photos of the villa. This trip has just flown by. I can't believe we're actually leaving tomorrow. It feels like we just got here. But we're headed to the Seychelles next, so that'll be incredible. We will be doing a video with a full price breakdown of everything that we spent and how we got this resort using credit card points. We're gonna do a deep dive into the whole budget of this trip, so stay tuned for that. This resort is pretty strict on its drone rules. They don't really want you to fly a drone on the property just because it can be very intrusive to the other guests. We totally understand that. We have spoke with the management and been granted permission to drone at this one beach at this certain time. From what I understand, other guests are allowed to drone here in front of the UFO restaurant, or the UFO restaurant. But other than that, they don't really want you to fly anywhere else. You definitely can't fly over any of the villas, which I wouldn't have done anyways because we don't want to, be intrusive to other guests or anything like that. But we let them know that we're gonna fly the drone for a little bit, and we are gonna put it up right now.
How was your droning experience?
It was good. It was good. It's really hot though. Just standing there controlling the drone, just dripping sweat, so.
It is very hot and humid here. In the tropics, imagine that. Who knew?
Yeah, but if you've been following along with the last couple days, every day 4 to 5, if you have Hilton Honor status, they get a free happy hour. So it is 4:20 right now, so we better go.
We're missing it. Can't handle how pretty it is here. Every time I just want to go, wow.
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 Oh, go figure. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, would you look at this? Just look at it.
Our last happy hour. So sad. It's gonna be the happiest hour of my dang life.
We're kind of late today, so we weren't sure if we were gonna get them. We got our little bites. Oh yeah. Kelly's disappointed though because every other day we've had chicken nuggets, which have been really, really good. And today there's no chicken nuggets.
Boo.
But there's vegetable spring rolls, mini skewer with some vegetables, and duck and melon. Looks like we might finally get a good sunset. Apparently last night they had their annual employee party here at the Conrad Maldives. Received a little note that said, we apologize if they're gonna be loud late in the night. We didn't really hear anything at our villa, but they gave us a bottle of Prosecco to make up for the inconvenience, which we did not have. So we'll take it.
We had originally planned to go out to a restaurant to eat tonight, but we have way too much work to do in our room, so we just went for room service again, but we ordered a lot of food, so I don't think we're gonna go hungry.
Yeah, we actually don't have our flight booked for tomorrow. You've seen our other videos, we always fly standby, and so we definitely leave that to the last minute to see what flights look the best, but we have to book that. And we're headed to the Seychelles right after this, and we have to book our accommodation in the Seychelles before you actually arrive there. That's a requirement they have for travel right now.
I think that's just gonna be about it for this one. Be sure to subscribe though, and thanks so much for watching.
This is Kelly and Kevin from the Awkward Tourists. Peace out. But I mean, when you get in a
Trying to give it a kiss.
Stuck. Get away!
could be worse. I can't do it. No, I'm gonna spill it on myself because it's too full. Did it.